Here we are talking about COVID culture, what we can do as individuals, what we can do as leaders, and what we can do as a nation during one of the most pressing times in our history. I've been talking with friends for months from Asia who have been dealing with this, who have been isolated from a lot of life that they know. So this is new to us as Americans, but this is not new to other people across countries where they've done the right thing and they've slowed the spread of COVID-19. I'm taking the dust off of my paramedic hat and my emergency response hat lately, working with a lot of people from first responders to business leaders, and just want to give you kind of an update on my thoughts of the situation. So COVID-19, coronavirus, is a new virus in our world. We've had new viruses that have come throughout the history of human existence, and at this time, we're up. This is our time. This is our moment. This is our new virus. Coronavirus impacts those largely with comorbid health issues, co-occurring health issues like hypertension, diabetes, and our elderly. When you look at the facts from the data that is out there, the mortality rate for people who get this that are over 60, 70, 80 years old is quite high and quite alarming. For healthy people, the deal is this: we can get this and we can be passing this on to older people. So this is why it's so important, if you're young, to stay home and to stay away from other people through what we're calling social distancing, because droplets can come out of your mouth and spread through sneezing, through talking in styles that allow droplets, and infect other people. So it's a highly contagious virus, more so than the flu, and you have to do your part. We have to do our part. So staying home is not fun for a lot of people, but it can be a time where you can learn about yourself. Go back to your purpose. Why are you here? Why do you exist? Are you at peace right now, with the reality that life is, in this body at least, it's not an infinity game. So are you at peace with everything in your life right now? I think this is a great wake-up time for a lot of people to start sitting with themselves and asking those questions. Are you doing everything that you want to in this lifetime? Professionally, personally, great time. So maybe learn a new language. Duolingo is a great resource. You can download that. You can catch up on movies. I'm not somebody who watches a lot of movies, but I think over this next month, I will probably add a few new movies to my list. Learn to play an instrument, and if you're in close quarters, don't drive your neighbors crazy. So make the best of this time. As business leaders, what we need to do is, one, focus on our priorities. Cancel all non-essential meetings, cancel all the noise, cut the stuff. This is what we do during disasters. We have to prioritize our resources and our focus. This is what you need to do to be a first responder right now in your organization. You also have to have clear communication. A lot of people are stressed right now. Now is not the time for you to panic. So if you're panicking, now's the time to double down on your meditation, to journal and get out your fear, get out your stuff. If you have a counselor, call that counselor as a leader, because people are relying on you to make sound decisions, to lead with empathy, clarity, and conviction in a time where there's a lot of uncertainty out of key people in very high positions on what this all means. So the calmer you can be within your organization, people trust you. They trust you so much as a leader, as a CEO, managing director, whatever your title is. They trust you. They look up to you. So be clear in your communication. Next, embrace innovation. You have to embrace innovation. A lot of companies were not working remotely because they simply did not trust their employees. Well, now is the time to get with the times and embrace innovation, embrace technology. You have Google Hangouts, you have Zoom, you have a lot of different software out there to have great productive things. You have Asana, project management. So there are numerous resources that can keep your business moving forward. And you, as a leader or manager, can keep check-ins with your people, have very clear communication on what the priorities are, what the objectives are, what your desired goals and outcomes look like together, and what that time frame looks like to achieve these things. Communicate also with your stakeholders and your key partners, because they are doing the same thing. So while you think it's so important to get a lot of this stuff done, your stakeholders are redesigning their entire business model right now, different contracts, different things. So they're busy. People are very understanding right now for the most part, and those are typically the kind of people I like to work with. So hopefully you're working with understanding people, because that makes our world a lot better. So yes, focus again on essential needs this week. This is week 1 of a crazy week for major metropolitan areas in the United States. So focus, focus, focus. I would also offer this. Your talent is your best resource. You have potentially veterans who are very skilled in crisis response. Leverage these people during this time. They think out of the box. If you have entrepreneurial people in your organization, leverage them during this time. You have to be entrepreneurial whether you like it or not. Things just change for so many people. So do not go firing people if you can at the height of panic. That just makes things worse. It makes mental health outcomes worse. It just is a terrible thing to do. Yes, we understand a lot of, people are having issues financially, but if you are an organization that can absorb some of these costs, it's really a value system for shareholder-driven companies right now to do mass layoffs. The stock market, we understand how that works in the U.S., where a lot of decisions are made, some great, some not so great. That it's a values play right now, America, on what we value. And a lot of countries have better leave than we do. I've traveled the world. I've seen the pros and cons. And America is a wonderful country. There are things that we can really do better, including healthcare and ensuring our healthcare delivery system can meet the needs of these pandemics that we've been warned about for years, as well as student loans. And sometimes we don't like the hard facts, but now is not a great time to be laying a ton of people off. We need to figure out what are the solutions and how can we quickly innovate. What can we do? This doesn't work for every organization, so I understand that. I'm not trying to give you this will solve everything, but it's a time where we have to work together. Lastly, if you are somebody as a business leader who is not really into politics, unfortunately, now is the time where you kind of need to be in politics. A lot of organizations have political action committees, they have government relations teams, and the issues that we are experiencing are going to be solved through state and federal politics right now, from financial standpoints to healthcare standpoints to ensuring our workforce is healthy and covered with the appropriate healthcare and testing kits and different things that we need. So now is a time where if you were somebody that didn't like politics originally, now is a time as a leader where hopefully you're understanding the importance of politics and how it impacts your decision, and to get involved right now as much as you can, to network as much as you can, and to find solutions. It's not a time to be pointing fingers. It's a time to find solutions. And as business leaders, we get things done. Now's the time to get things done politically, from a business standpoint, from a healthcare standpoint. Cut the excuses, cut the fear of who is blamed and blah, blah, blah. That does not matter now. We need to get things done. So let's roll up our sleeves and get things done as leaders. Lastly, I will be having a leadership prayer line. We all have different faiths. We all have different things. If you're interested in that, you can send me a message. I think now is a time where, as leaders, we need to talk about solutions and resources, as well as maintain, whatever faith we have in a time where we're also being tested spiritually, that I firmly believe. So we will get through this. We have resolve. We just need to come together. We need to look to what other nations have done and not think we're above other people as we have done in other times, and to really humble ourselves and to work hard as Americans to make this country exactly what it is, and taking care of the people that make this country great.